Hello again, everyone, and welcome to High Top Sports Network for today's presentation of WPIAL Class 5A Section 2 Varsity Baseball featuring the Armstrong Riverhawks hosting the Penn Trafford Warriors. My name is Josh Reckengast. Thanks for joining us this afternoon on this Mills Chiropractic pregame show. These two teams met yesterday, and Penn Trafford came out on top with a 2-0 victory at their place. Hayden Brink pitched a good game for Armstrong, went the distance, struck out 10, but Riverhawks could not piece together any offense against Penn Trafford and were unable to scratch across a run, so dropping the first of this back-to-back section matchup. The Riverhawks are 1-2 in section play. They split their section back-to-back with Plum earlier this season, last week in fact, and in dramatic fashion they won here at home. A walk-off home run in the bottom of the 10th inning by Braden Wright was the difference in a 6-5 victory over the Mustangs. Today, the Riverhawks looking to salvage the split with the Warriors. As mentioned, you are listening to the Mills Chiropractic pregame show. Thanks to Dr. Mike Mills and his fantastic staff located down there by the Belmont. They'll get you right. They'll get you straightened out. And you can book your appointment online. Just search millschiropractic.com. Plenty of great sponsors to thank today. As you can see on your scoreboard, Steffi's Country Catering, our scoreboard sponsor this afternoon. Graduation parties right around the corner. Call Terry. He'll slick you up. And if you cater your event with Steffi's Country Catering, mention High Top Sports Network and get a 10% discount on that event. So a beautiful afternoon here at Armstrong Junior Senior High School in scenic Manor Township, Pennsylvania. Gorgeous day, a little wind blowing straight at me, so that might help the hitters. Pretty deep ballpark here at Armstrong, especially towards left center. That is the deepest part of the park, about 385, 390. So quite a poke to get it out at left center, but a little shorter in right field and right center, and that's where Braden Wright went deep against the Mustangs to take that section victory a week ago. Hope everyone is enjoying this beautiful afternoon. It's about 68 degrees here at game time. Gorgeous sunny day. A few clouds in the sky, but we'll take that any day over some of the weather that we've had so far this season. As long as it's not 35 degrees, raining, sleeting, snowing, I mean, we're in good shape up here. So the teams have exchanged lineup cards and gone over the ground rules. That was your Mills Chiropractic pregame show here on High Top Sports Network. We'll get you the lineups here in just a few moments. Once ye old game changer updates. A little bit of wind, as I said, kind of blowing straight toward me. Maybe a little bit right to left, but pretty much straight on here. As you can see in the enlarged field view, we got that scoreboard right in front of where we are posted up here on the landing at the press box at Armstrong Stadium. Behind me, varsity track meet going on. North Catholic here this afternoon running against the Riverhawks track team. Well, not just running, of course. Track has many events that don't all have to be including running. Starting lineups for the Riverhawks. Dustin Coleman will be on the hill and leading off. Carson Delano at shortstop, batting second. Mason Schreckengast in left field, batting third. Hayden Brink, the DH this afternoon. Caden Rupert in right field, batting fifth. Braden Wright at first, batting sixth. Chase Jablonski at third base, batting seventh. Nick Kinter at second, batting eighth. And Ian Harkleroad playing center field and batting ninth for the Riverhawks. Wait for the game stream to come up here, and I'll get you some Penn Trafford starting lineups. Busy day in the region yesterday. It seemed like everybody was on the field, baseball and softball. The Leechburg varsity softball team fell 12-4 to Fraser. Apollo Ridge softball, 8-6 winners over Steel Valley. Leechburg baseball fell in a section matchup to Union 4-2. The Armstrong Riverhawks softball team, an 8-home run barrage against Penn Trafford in a rematch of the WPIAL final from a year ago. Riverhawks won 13-3. And, of course, the baseball team here in action today, as I mentioned, on the Mills Chiropractic pregame, 2-0 defeated by Penn Trafford yesterday. Also, Kiski area, 5-1 winners over Indiana. You could see that game yesterday here on High Top Sports Network. That was a good one for the Cavaliers. The Freeport Yellow Jackets baseball team out to a 5-1 start this year. 10-0 over Deer Lakes. And Brookville, 5-3 winners over Red Bank Valley in baseball. Those were your DeMond Chiropractic out-of-town scores. And here in the Armstrong Indoor Athletics broadcast booth, we are underway. There is the Kirsten Boyer Funeral Home first pitch. And in there for a strike by Coleman. We are underway here in this section matchup. Swing, and that one fouled back by the Penn Trafford leadoff hitter. We'll get it going here once I get the game stream. There she is. And first at bat, a strikeout there for Coleman. And that was Tyler Freeze going down on strikes for the first out of the inning. So Coleman off to a good start here. First batter, 1 up, 1 down on strikes. And waiting to see the number that comes up here for Penn Trafford, the number 2 batter. This is number 26 for the Warriors. And that is Peyton Bigler. Coleman gets Bigler to foul that one down the right side. Going to be out of play. Behind the Penn Trafford dugout. 1-1 now the count to Bigler. Riverhawks at 3-3 on the season. Picked up a game against the defending WPIAL 5A champs, West Allegheny, last week, and hung with them, for the first 4.5 innings, 5 innings of the game. And Coleman gets another pop foul. This one will get out of play as well. Braden Wright giving chase over there by the first base fence. And the Riverhawks ended up falling in that game against West Allegheny, 12-2. But that's one thing that first-year head coach Vincent Santelmo said he wanted to do. He wanted to test his team, get them battle ready early. And what better way as Coleman gets Bigler swinging. They're going to throw down. Wright steps on first. Score that strikeout. 2-3 in your scorecard as Galinsky fires down to Wright. 2 strikeouts here for Coleman against the first 2 Penn Trafford hitters. So a quick 2 outs for Dustin Coleman. 2 strikeouts on 7 pitches. And the first pitch here is a ball. That one in there for a strike at the knees. Coleman, good location on that fastball. To number 14, Dylan Grabowski. 1-1 pitch. Just off the plate right there. Coleman missing just a little bit outside to Grabowski. 2-1 the count now to the Warriors' number 3 hitter. Swing and a miss. Good heat right there by Coleman. Fires it past Grabowski for strike number 2. And strike 3, got him looking. That is a backwards K, and that's a Nationwide Logistics backwards K to end the first inning. Coleman strikes out the side. Great start for the Armstrong Riverhawks starting pitcher, Dustin Coleman. 3 up, 3 down, all strikeouts. And Grabowski goes down looking for the Nationwide Logistics backwards K. Drive with the best, If you're looking for a new career, check out Nationwide Logistics Incorporated. That's just Nationwide Logistics Inc. INC.com. First thing you'll see on the website will pop up an application for a new career. So if you're a driver, maybe looking for a change of pace, maybe looking for a different type of job, check out Nationwide Logistics. Beautiful day here at Armstrong Junior Senior High School. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. Hope the rest of the season plays out just as perfectly and maybe just getting a few degrees warmer. And we will be in baseball heaven. As I mentioned, you could probably hear it coming through your headset, my headset a little bit, some wind, but not terrible. We've had much, much worse and much stronger, colder wind up here on the hill at Armstrong. So beautiful day. And we will get your defensive alignment here for Penn Trafford once the game stream comes back up here. Good start though for Coleman. He has pitched extremely well this year, and he's going to lead it off in the batting order. One of the senior leaders on this team, he and Hayden Brink, really a 1-2 punch both on the hill and in the batting order for this, pretty young, inexperienced Riverhawks team. Brink and Coleman leading the way with a new head coach, Coach Santelmo, and Coleman rips one right center field and deep. It's all the way back, and it's going to be at the base of the right center field fence. Coleman on his horse round second base. Here comes the throw. No throw to third, and a stand-up triple to start it off for the Riverhawks. Dustin Coleman got a good piece of that one. Sent it out to the base of the fence right in front of that scoreboard. And Coleman standing on third, nobody out. Riverhawks off to a good start. That was a shot by Dustin Coleman. Boy, 5 more feet and that's out of here. Coleman able to put it right on the base of that wall, right by the scoreboard. And that's a rough start for Nolan Morasti, the Penn Trafford starting pitcher there. First pitch swinging by Delano. It's going to be a short fly, and it's going to drop in right field. Coleman will score the first run. Delano into second base. He makes the turn. And Delano dives in. He is going to be out, trying to stretch it into a triple. Good job getting it back into the infield after a diving attempt by right fielder Brady Lane. He came in. That was a short pop by Delano, and Lane had a long way to go. And it dropped, but Lane dove for it. But I'll tell you what, he made a good recovery right there to get up and get that ball back into the infield, made a great throw, and was able to get Delano at third base. So now, 1 down for the Riverhawks, but Armstrong on top, 1-0. Action-packed first couple of batters here against Morasti. And first pitch by Morasti to Mason Schreckengast. That was a ball and then fouled away, so 1-1 now the count. Schreckengast been hitting the ball great this year for the Riverhawks. Top of that Riverhawks order, pretty potent, and they've already scored more in the first 2 batters than they did all day yesterday against the Warriors. A 2-0 shutout at Penn Trafford yesterday, but on the board and in the lead here in the first. Morasti fires a strike, so now a 2-2 count to Mason Schreckengast. Swing and a 2-hopper down to first there. That's Brady Lane out in right field. I made a mistake on that roster. Apologies. Right field, Chuck Fontana. So he was the one that came in and dove for Delano's little short pop, and then Fontana able to get up and throw him out at third base. So apologies there. Lane is at first. I was looking at the right side. And an intentional walk to Hayden Brink. So interesting strategy right there by Penn Trafford. A 2-out intentional walk to the Armstrong cleanup hitter. So apparently okay with putting Brink on base. And that'll bring up Caden Rupert, the right fielder, number 5 batter for the Riverhawks. Takes strike one looking. Second one hits him. So now Armstrong 2 aboard and Brink moves down to scoring position after Morasti hits Rupert on the 0-1 pitch. That'll bring up big Braden Wright, the first baseman. As mentioned, the heroics last week against Plum. Our own Joe Rhodes did an interview with Braden. Hope to have that up online shortly. Braden, a sophomore. Swings through that first offering by Morasti. Strike one. Oh, 1 pitch. Swing and a miss again by Braden Wright. So 2 fastballs on the outside. Outer half of the plate right there, it looked like. And Wright unable to catch up. So the 0-2. You're looking off speed and out of the zone. And swing and a miss. Wright goes down as Morasti throws him some low heat. So a 3-pitch strikeout, but the Riverhawks strike first. A leadoff triple by Dustin Coleman, and then driven in with an RBI double by Carson Delano. Delano out trying to stretch it into a triple, but Armstrong on the board first. And I just want to tell you, I'm up in the Armstrong Indoor Athletics broadcast booth, and they've got some really cool stuff coming up at the premier baseball and softball training facility in the region. And I'm not just saying the area or the county or anything like that. It is truly the premier training center in the region. People coming from all over. And coming up, the next event, excuse me, at AIA will be the baseball and softball hitting clinic. I'm sure our guy Pete Harmon, the Armstrong Riverhawks assistant coach and hitting coach, will be down there giving some instruction, and that is Saturday, April 15th at the AIA Diamond and Cage facility. Boys and girls, age 8U will be from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., age 10U from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m., and then age 12U, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. It's only $25, and it's limited to 25 players in each age group, so you're going to want to sign up now. You can call 724-793-7529 to register. Checks made payable to AIA, located at 138 South Grant Avenue, Katanning, Pennsylvania. It's really a good clinic for those youngsters, teaching them how to handle the bat. First pitch by Coleman. First at bat of the second inning for Penn Trafford is a swing and a miss. And this will be Fontana, I believe, the right fielder. Coleman gets Fontana to foul it away. Indeed it is Chuck Fontana, the Penn Trafford right fielder, up here to lead it off in the second inning for the Warriors. Coleman with the curveball, grounded to short. There's Delano, fire across the right. Got him, 1 down. Nice play by Delano, long throw. And you know a lot can happen on a long throw. But a strong arm, accurate arm right there by Delano gets the first out of the inning. Coleman inducing the ground ball, his first out recorded that wasn't a strikeout. So the defense behind Coleman, strong right there. Nice play by Delano. So coming up now for the Warriors with 1 out is number 7, Ian Temple. Coleman looking good so far through 16 pitches. There is a strike, so make it an 0-2 count. Right now on Temple. Coleman looking in fine form so far early on. Swing and a miss. Coleman blows him away. Strikeout number 4 for Dustin Coleman. He is humming right now against these Warriors. 2 outs. As mentioned, Riverhawks took that 1-0 lead at the bottom of the first inning. Leadoff triple by Coleman. Driven in by Delano on the RBI double, and that's where we are right now, 1-0 Armstrong. And first pitch, well, I couldn't see the umpire's arm. It looked like a strike. Nope, called a ball. And second pitch, that's a strike. Fastball in against Brady. Excuse me, I think it's Brody. Got to take the sunglasses down here and make sure that's an O. It is Brody Hoffman. That's a ball outside. 2-1 count now to Hoffman. Coleman delivers. Just off the plate right there, so 3-1. Hitters count right now for Hoffman. Let's see what he's sitting on. Coleman fires, and that one off the plate, so Hoffman draws a walk, the first walk of the game allowed by Coleman. And the Warriors have a runner aboard here, bottom of the second, 2 outs. That pitch low by Coleman, so a little control struggle right here over the last 6 pitches for Dustin Coleman. Right now at the plate for the Warriors, number 24. And that is Maddox. Let's see this last name here. Maddox Sensi. Hope that's how you say his name. So 1 out, or excuse me, 2 outs, 1-0 count here to Sensi. Hoffman aboard at first after drawing the 2-out walk. Hoffman running, Galinsky fires down. Can't get the tag in time. That was a 1-hop throw by Galinsky. Didn't get there in time, plus it was on the third base side of the second base bag, so Delano had to come across and try and swipe tag Hoffman right there, was unable to. So now the Warriors have a runner in scoring position. That's a Nationwide Logistics stolen base. Looking for a new career? Drive with the best. NationwideLogisticsInc.com. So Sensi, a 2-1 count. Hoffman at second. Coleman, oh, just off the plate right there, called a ball. So another 3-1 count here. Coleman was cruising right along. And then a 5-pitch walk to Hoffman, and now in jeopardy of losing Sensi. Hoffman delivers. That one popped right side. Rupert under it. Lost his hat, but he'll squeeze it for out number 3, so no damage. Hoffman walked and stole second with 2 outs, but Coleman able to induce the pop fly to right field by Sensi. Rupert underneath it to squeeze it, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. Thanks, of course, to Steffi's Country Catering, our scoreboard sponsor this afternoon, and for all of our coverage of Armstrong Riverhawks baseball. Fantastic homemade goodness by Terry Steffi. Check him out on Facebook at Terry Steffi. I'm afraid I'm going to sneeze here, so I'm kind of on the trigger for the mute button as Riverhawks come up to bat here, bottom of the second inning. I can feel it in my nose as that one lifted toward right field, out to grab it. Penn Trafford second baseman. That is number 14 at second. That was a pop out by Jablonski on the 0-1 pitch. That is Grabowski out there at second base, ranging out into shallow right field to make a nice play. First pitch, high fastball to Kinter for a strike, swing and a miss. Nolan Morasti on the hill for Penn Trafford. A little 3/4 delivery right there off the plate. Kind of looked like a slider. That ball fouled out of play by Kinter. His first at bat today. Kinter has shown some good defense out there at second base for the Riverhawks this year. Flashing the leather on multiple occasions. And swings at a high fastball right there. Morasti gets him on the strikeout. So quickly 2 down for the Riverhawks here, bottom of the second inning. Morasti missing. First pitch right here to Harkleroad is a ball. That one inside, so Harkleroad out in front 2-0. Strike right there by Morasti at the knees. Make it a 2-1 count, 2 down. Harkleroad, the center fielder for the Riverhawks. Swing and a miss. Good fastball. Low fastball right there by Morasti. As Harkleroad swings through it. 2-2 delivery. Just got a piece of it. That one might have hit the end of the bat. Oh, no, it's strike 3. It went off the glove of the catcher. I was wondering why Harkleroad was booking it down the line, but he swung and he missed. And so Penn Trafford having to think quickly behind the plate there. Ian Temple. And he was unable to get Harkleroad, who beats it out on the drop third strike. So that'll turn the order over. And Coleman took Morasti to the base of the right center field fence on the first pitch of the game. Let's see what he does here with a runner on. Check swing and able to hold it back was Coleman. 1-0 after that ball. Morasti. That was his 26th pitch. Ooh, that one high and tight to Coleman. Now a 2-0 count after that ball upstairs. Coleman rips it back up the middle. That's going to be through for hit number 2. Smoked that ball. Morasti had to get out of the way. Ripped up the middle. Hard ground ball by Coleman gets through. And that will advance Harkleroad to second base. Riverhawks 2 aboard, 2 down here in the bottom of the second. Might have heard the starter pistol behind me at the track meet. Don't worry, no one's shooting at me. I'm safe up here. Another one ripped. Morasti gets his glove on this one. And Delano hit that ball hard, but Morasti able to get the glove down, knock it down, and then just toss on to first base to Lane for the third out of the inning. So that'll do it. After 2, the Riverhawks lead 1-0 on this Bugsy's Pizza and Wings game day here on High Top Sports Network. Visit Bugsy's downtown Katanning, South Jefferson Street, and get your grub on. Bugsy's is the place to do it. Pizza, wings, make sure pick up the pound of fries. Great value there. Nachos Grande, also excellent. It's not just pizza and wings at Bugsy's. They got some great stuff from the Tar Pit. And, of course, all kinds of different specialty pizzas. And if you're, having a big party, maybe folks over for a Steeler game or, just a bunch of buddies hanging out on a Friday night, get the Godfather, a 32-cut monster pizza. It'll feed a crew, let me tell you. Always want to have more than a few folks over for the Godfather. You get some Godfather, maybe a couple dozen wings. I mean, you're set. Bugsy's, that's just high-quality food, tasty stuff. Great supporter of Armstrong Athletics, Jeff Bowser, and the crew down at Bugsy's. Thank them for being our official broadcast partner this afternoon and throughout our coverage of Armstrong baseball in 2023. And I've mentioned this a couple times before on the broadcast, but it's not just our great sponsors. We thank you folks out there. A lot of people see this on our stream. There's a little green donate button when you pull up the link. And a lot of folks over the course of our existence here, now 3 years in, they've hit that donate button. And I'll tell you what, of course we adore our sponsors and, we truly patronize our sponsors. We believe in them. That's why it makes it easy to talk about them and thank them. Of course, their financial support makes this all doable on our end. But you folks out there that dip into your pocket, your own pocket, and maybe donate 10, 15, 20. We've had some bigger donations, not going to embarrass anyone by throwing names out, but, folks that we know, folks that are close to us, folks that appreciate what we do. And I'm going to tell you, it always gives me the warm and fuzzies whenever I see someone out there make a personal donation, and we just got one right now. So, hey, I'm never going to discourage you from hitting that donate button. Please do, if you feel so inclined, and appreciate what we do here to spotlight these great student athletes that put so much work and so much time and effort into what they do, not just on the baseball or softball field or court or football field, anywhere, but in the classroom as well and in extracurricular activities. A lot of these kids involved in multiple clubs at school, student government, things outside of just homework and sports, as that one sawed off and dropped in for a leadoff single here in the top of the third. And that was Lane with the leadoff single for Penn Trafford. But just to finish my point, we really appreciate you folks out there that tune in and view these broadcasts. And when you dip into your own pocket, as I said, and make that donation, it's really we can't thank you enough. We really appreciate it, truly appreciate it, and are ever thankful to not only our sponsors, but you folks out there, the viewers. And that's why we do this. So maybe grandma in Florida, or maybe a friend or a brother away at college, able to tune in and watch the people that are dear to them play the games we love so much. So one aboard now, leadoff single by Lane for the Warriors. Coleman working, showing bunt right there, popped foul. At the plate is number 12. Brandon Stone pops that one foul and out of play on the bunt attempt. The 0-1 pitch. Oh, throw over there by Coleman, looking to keep Lane close. There at first base, Coleman with the pickoff attempt. Now delivers, swing, And a foul at home plate. So now 0-2 the count to Brandon Stone. Swung on again. Fouled out of play here by Stone, so fighting that pitch off, 0-2. Curveball smacked towards third. Little trouble fielding it over there, and unable to make the play is Jablonski. Got in front of the ball, but knocked it down, then tried to pick it up and dropped it again. So an error by Jablonski. That'll put 2 aboard here for the Warriors. Nobody out. Top of the 3rd inning. And Coleman will work against number 5 for Penn Trafford. Tyler Freeze, his second at bat, struck out his first time up. Bunt popped up. Coleman sliding catch makes the out, so the runners have to hold. Coleman fielding his position extremely well right there. Nice play by the Armstrong pitcher to get off that mound. Come in and snag that bunt. So 1 down. And that will bring Peyton Bigler to the plate, also 0-for-1 with a strikeout. First pitch just a little bit low by Coleman. That one upstairs, ball 2. So 2 runners aboard here for the Warriors, 1 out. Top of the 3rd inning. Coleman fires off the plate right there. So behind Bigler, 3-0. Coleman steps off. And Lane retreats to second base. 3-0 pitch. In there for a strike by Coleman. So now 3-1 to Bigler. Delivery. Ball 4. Just missed right there, did Coleman. So Bigler down to first. The bases are loaded, 1 out. See if we get a mound visit here by Coach Santelmo. Nope, doesn't look like it. Saw some movement in the Armstrong dugout there. Thought maybe somebody might come out and try to calm down Coleman a little bit, but he's an experienced player, so just going to try and let him work out of it. Swung on, popped, shallow right field, just off the infield. Kinter under it, makes the grab for out number 2, so that's a big out right there for Coleman and the Riverhawks with the bases loaded, inducing that little short pop-up, not deep enough to allow Lane to tag right there from third base. And a big second out. As Coleman trying to get out of this bases loaded jam. Able to get the pop-up out of Grabowski, but still one more to go here before Riverhawks will be completely out of danger. This is Chuck Fontana, 0 for 1 today. Fontana with a chance to tie this game or put his team ahead with a base hit. Swing and a miss. Good heat right there by Coleman, who is now up to 48 pitches. Excuse me, 47 pitches. I was one ahead there. I thought it was going to update after that, but it already had. So on his 48th pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3, Coleman works out of the bases loaded jam. Got to give it to the Armstrong starter right there. Penn Trafford able to load the bases, but Coleman inducing a pop fly on the infield and then a strikeout to get out of the inning as Fontana goes down swinging. And that's going to take us to the bottom of the third here on this Bugsy's Pizza and Wings game day on High Top Sports Network. My name is Josh Schreckengost here with you this afternoon at Armstrong, Riverhawks and Warriors in this WPIAL Class 5A Section 2 matchup. Got a little bug that just flew right into my eye. Took my sunglasses off for 2 seconds to read the screen in front of me. And one of those little gnats right into the eyeball. Oh, I'm sure everybody out there knows the feeling. I always dislike it because, you know, the last second, obviously, you see him coming and then crash right into the eyeball. Well, we're going to put the sunglasses back on. Not only will it cut down the glare, it'll also keep my eyes safe from little gnats. So 1-0, this game moving along. Yesterday, a 2-0 shutout by the Warriors. Riverhawks trying to get their second section split of the season. Split last week with Plum. Try to do it again this week against Penn Trafford. That's what Coach Santelmo and I spoke about a little bit last week and a little bit before the season. He said, look, you know, I just want my team to understand that if we lose a game in section, we're going to have a chance to get it back. We're going to have a chance to even it, and that's what he wants to do. And his team played a good game yesterday. As I said, Hayden Brink, a complete game with 10 strikeouts, but just couldn't get the offense going. But they're trying to scratch out another win here, would raise their season record to 4-3 early on here in 2023. Varsity is going to get a foul right there off the bat of Mason Schreckengost, who is 0 for 1 this afternoon. Curveball, Schreckengost waited on it, just slapped it foul off the fencing in front of the Penn Trafford dugout. Got a few spectators here this afternoon. Schreckengost rips it down the left field line. Long throw from third base, not going to get him as Schreckengost beats out what is technically an infield single, but that was a heck of a play down the line. Right there, I believe that's Bigler at third. And he went all the way down the line on the other side of third base. Yes, indeed, Peyton Bigler over there at the hot corner gloved it and kept it from being an extra base hit for Schreckengost. There's a big cut right there by Brink, who was intentionally walked his first time up. So Schreckengost leads off with the infield single. Now Brink going to get a chance to swing the bat here against Varsity. Oh, that one inside and hit him. Brink flings the bat toward his dugout. So now the Riverhawks 2 aboard. Second batter hit by Varsity this afternoon. Brink didn't look all too pleased with that, but down to first base. Probably less so about the physical pain and more so that he didn't get to swing the bat. Brink, a pretty aggressive hitter up there, likes to take his cuts, that's for sure. Didn't get a chance right there as, oh, nice turn there to get the runner at second. That was Brink, fielded by Lane, turned and fired to second to get the force out. Now Armstrong has runners on first and third. That was Rupert who grounded down to Lane. One away. That's going to bring up Braden Wright. He struck out on 3 pitches. His first time up against Morasti. A chance to drive in a run right now with 1 out. Mason Treckengast down at third. Right again. That was an off-speed pitch right there. Looked like he was pulling his head just a little bit. I hit left-handed, so I know what it's like to get into that. You know, your head's out too quick, you're pulling off of it. Kind of looked like what Wright did right there. No throw down, stolen base by Caden Rupert. And of course, that is a Nationwide Logistics stolen base. Drive with the best, Nationwide Logistics Inc.com. Right, swing and a miss again. All these pitches by Morasti to Wright have been on the outside corner. And he's had a difficult time making contact. I don't think he has on 5 swings, not even a foul ball. But 2 runners in scoring position. Again, Morasti stays outside to Wright, but that one a ball. So now the 1-2 delivery. Again, off the plate. So they are not taking any chances with Braden Wright. That is a full count now, 3-2. And that ball low, the bases are loaded. So Wright able to draw a walk and load him up. Still just 1 out here in the Armstrong half of the 3rd inning. Jablonski, the number 7 hitter, up now for Armstrong. Jablonski, first pitch swinging, ground ball to short, tossed over. And they can't get the double play. So run number 2 will score as Jablonski able to beat it out down the first baseline. He'll get an RBI for that ground out. Fielder's choice gets Rupert at second base, but Armstrong able to tack on another run. They're scratching a couple across this afternoon. Make it 2-0 Riverhawks here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. An RBI ground out right there by Jablonski. That'll make it 2-0 Armstrong as Nick Kinter up at the plate. That ball high. They're going to throw down this time. And somehow unable to field that ball was the second baseman. And that allows Rupert to just basically walk home with the 3rd run for Armstrong. The double steal, you don't expect that throw down, honestly, from the catcher. And I'll tell you what, that's a mistake by Penn Trafford right there. As the throw went through, Grabowski unable to field that throw, which skipped. So that's 3-0 now, Armstrong. Boy, I'll bet Penn Trafford would like to have that back, and they are able to get out of the inning here. Not before the Riverhawks put a couple across the plate. Lost my screen here, sorry. Oh, there it is. It's back. And we will head to the fourth inning here on this Bugsy's Pizza and Wings game day on High Top Sports Network. My name is Josh Reckengos. Thanks for tuning in. 3-0 Armstrong here as we head to the fourth. Riverhawks have been able to muster up some offense here at home. Didn't have much going on yesterday at Penn Trafford. Now 3 runs across here as we head to the fourth inning. Dustin Coleman. He's thrown probably more pitches than he would like. A few walks here today. But doing a good job, able to work out of that bases loaded jam in the third. But a mistake for sure by Penn Trafford in that bottom of the third. Firing down on the double steal. And I mean, it obviously wasn't even a double steal. It was really just to get a runner in scoring position. But as soon as that throw went through, Armstrong able to break down the third base line and score. Caden Rupert walking in with the third run. And first pitch swinging here is a strike. Second one inside corner, picks up the strike. Coleman ahead 0-2. And just off the plate right there, outside corner. Missed by Coleman, so 1-2 the count. Here is the delivery, swinging a foul ball. And this is Ian Temple. Swinging a pop-up behind home plate. That one's going to get out of play. Coleman trying to put Temple away here. 1-2 the count. Curveball, swing and a miss, and Coleman picks up another strikeout. Take a quick look at the box score between batters. Coleman, 3 1/3, only 1 hit allowed, no runs, obviously, none earned. 2 walks, and that is strikeout number 6 for the Armstrong starter. So Coleman having a good outing so far through 3 1/3. First pitch is another swing and a miss here. Coleman getting a lot of those this afternoon. 0-1 right down the pike. And that is strike number 2. So we saw Coleman do this in the first inning when he struck out the side. This is Brody Hoffman at the plate for Penn Trafford. Ball 1 right there, so the 1-2 delivery from Coleman. Swing and just got a piece of it foul. Hoffman stays alive. That one ripped right at shortstop. Delano right there. Didn't even have to move. Out number 2, a line out by Hoffman. So that's one thing that Coleman is probably looking for here. Quick inning. He's up to 59 pitches. Try and get out of this one with about 65 if you can. If you're Coleman, obviously he wants to go as far as he can in this game. And first pitch right there is a ball. That was low to Maddox Sensi. Second pitch also a ball to Sensi, so the 2-0 coming here from Coleman. Off the plate, 3-0, and saw this out of Coleman in the second inning. Got those first 2 outs quickly, then gave up a couple of walks. 3-0 pitch right down the middle for a strike. Here comes the 3-1 from Coleman. Ball high, so Hoffman down to first base with a 2-out walk. Certainly not what Coleman or the Riverhawks wanted right there. So 2 away. Hoffman down at first base for Penn Trafford. Coleman into the stretch. And a throw down by Galinsky. They got him. Hoffman is out trying to steal at second base. Good strong throw by Logan Galinsky behind the plate. And cuts down Hoffman for out number 3. Riverhawks head to the dugout up 3-0. Coming to bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning on this Bugsy's Pizza and Wings game day on High Top Sports Network. Josh Reckengost here with you this afternoon. Yesterday we had Kiski area taking care of business against Indiana in a 5-1 victory on the network. Tomorrow, a huge game here at Armstrong. Riverhawks varsity softball team taking on Latrobe in a big section matchup. You're going to want to tune in for that one. We will be here for what is certain to be possible indicator of a couple of teams looking to make deep runs, not just in the WPIAL playoffs, but also the PIAA playoffs in Class 5A. Riverhawks, as I mentioned yesterday, 8 home runs in a 13-3 victory over Penn Trafford on the road. Cameron Sprankle with 2, and then Olivia Yancey, Emma Paul, Emma Smerick, Shelby Cloak, Bella Atherton, and Jenna Klontz had the other 6. And that is just, boy, you want to talk about power up and down the lineup. That is the definition of it. 8 home runs by 7 different hitters. That's what you call spreading it around. You can check out a pretty cool photograph in today's Leader Times sports section from Nicola Ann Shoemaker, owner and operator of Nicola Ann Photography, one of our great sponsors here on High Top Sports Network. She got a picture of all the girls holding their home run balls. And as you may or may not know, High Top Sports Network is the official content provider of the Leader Times sports section, the paper of record in Armstrong County. So make sure you pick up a copy. There's a really cool photo in there today, as I mentioned, of the girls holding up their home run balls. And that's a lot of bombs. So bottom of the 4th underway here. Swung on, popped right side. And that one will drop foul off the bat of Harkleroad. So 2-1 count once he gets back to the box. Morasti still out there for Pine Richland, working in his 4th inning. Ball high, so a 3-1 count here for Harkleroad. Sure, he wouldn't mind taking a cut on this 3-1 count. All inside, so Harkleroad draws the leadoff walk. Riverhawks have a runner aboard, and now Coleman and the top of the order coming up for Armstrong. Trying to maybe tack on a couple insurance runs here against Morasti and the Warriors. Coleman 2 for 2 on the afternoon. Also 4 shutout innings on the hill. Coleman first pitch swinging. Popped right side. And running it down. Nice play by Grabowski at second base. Going into right field. And that's not even shallow right field. He was he was kind of out there all the way over by the right field line and able to track that pop-up off the bat of Coleman and grab it for the first out of the inning. Nice work there by Grabowski. And that will bring up Carson Delano. He lays one down. Morasti. Oh, he's safe. I think the first baseman, I don't know if that ball hit Delano or it hit Lane. Lane grabbing his arm right there. So Delano hustling down the line. Not sure what happened. Somebody made contact with Lane because he was, or something made contact with Lane as he reached out to try and snag Morasti's throw. The bunt by Delano was going to advance Harkle Road no matter what. Morasti took a look at second base, then went to first. But the ball either hit Delano or hit Lane and bounced away. So safe at first base is Delano. Riverhawks 2 aboard. Bottom of the 4th inning, Mason Schreckengast up to the plate. 1 for 2 this afternoon. Had that single down the third base line. Able to beat out the throw to first base. Oh, Schreckengast. Morasti has dropped down to that 3/4 delivery a couple times, and it seems like kind of a slider, a slurve maybe. It ends up off the plate to right-handers, and seen a couple Riverhawks wave at that. Schreckengast just did right there. That ball grounded to short, fielded, tossed on to second for one. Fire, and got him at first base for the inning-ending 6-4-3 double play. Nice play by the Penn Trafford defense to stop the Riverhawks rally. An inning-ending double play. Schreckengast still standing out there on first base, but now he is going to make the slow walk in. He's still kind of taking his time, but Coach Santelmo said, "Get over here." And Coach Santelmo mentioned something to the umpire as the Riverhawks leave the field, but an inning-ending double play induced. And the ground ball to short. That'll send us to the top half of the 5th inning here on this Bugsy's Pizza and Wings game day on High Top Sports Network. My name is Josh Schreckengast. Thanks for tuning in this afternoon. Always thankful that you folks choose to spend your time, your afternoon, maybe you're at work, watching on the computer, watching on your phone somewhere. Maybe you just have us on while you're driving and can listen to it wherever you are, wherever you may be. Thank you for tuning in to High Top Sports Network. Of course, we'd like to thank all of our great sponsors here. Help us broadcast the Riverhawks baseball team. Our scoreboard sponsor, Steffi's Country Catering. Just search Terry Steffi on Facebook. Look for those Sunday takeout specials. I know Terry's been dealing with the same thing that we've been dealing with at our office, no internet. And that windstorm on Saturday really took a toll on the local tree population here in Armstrong County. A lot of trees blown down, a lot of power wires blown down. Actually saw a utility pole sheared off due to the wind in Worthington. And, you know, we're on that internet, and it was out for 3 days, and then it was off this morning, but back on when we left the office here to come broadcast the game. But I know Terry's been dealing with that. He said there's still Sunday takeout specials up for this week. He was checking them while he was on the road, so make sure you get those orders in. First pitch here in the 5th inning is a swinging strike. Check those Sunday takeout specials, Steffi's Country Catering. Also, remember, spring is here. Graduation parties, family reunions, weddings, whatever your event, call Steffi's or order on Facebook. Second pitch of this at bat is a ball low. And this is Lane, the first baseman. That one at the knees, strike Good pitch by Coleman. That was pitch number 68 for the Armstrong starter. Lane 1 for 1 this afternoon. Well, I don't know if that was a strike or not. Couldn't see the umpire. He kind of made a signal, but it didn't look like a strike call. But apparently, oh no, it was a ball. So we have a Nationwide Logistics full count. And another walk surrendered by Coleman as Lane heads down to first base. Leadoff walk. That is Coleman's 5th walk of the afternoon. So one aboard here, top of the 5th inning, 3-0 Riverhawks. Bunt shown and dropped. Coleman going to throw to second and gets the force out. Nice play by Dustin Coleman, able to fire over to Carson Delano, who was covering second base, and able to cut down the lead runner. It was a nice bunt by Stone. You figure Coleman probably just going to go to first, but he planted and fired a dart right to Delano to get Lane, the lead runner, at second base. So one away now, and Stone at first. That pickoff attempt goes wide. Wright has to hustle it down all the way to the right field fence. Turning the corner, here's a long throw by Wright, not going to get there in time, so costly mistake by Dustin Coleman on the pickoff move. Thought he had Stone leaning right there, fired it, but the throw got away and then hit the fence and rolled up the line. So it made an even longer run and throw for Braden Wright. And now Penn Trafford with a runner at third base, only one away, and a chance to put their first run on the board. Tyler Freeze at the plate. He is 0 for 2 this afternoon. Freeze, the leadoff hitter in this lineup. That ball lifted. Going to be on the infield. Nick Kinner right there to grab it. So 2 down. See if Coleman can continue to work scoreless here with runners in scoring position for the Warriors. He's done a good job. Got out of that bases loaded jam, only 1 out. And was able to keep the Warriors off the scoreboard. Trying to do the same right here. Penn Trafford had a runner at third with just 1 out. And that ball hit into center field. And it's caught. Oh, no, it's not. It dropped. I couldn't see. Couldn't see there with the scoreboard in front of me. I thought Harkoroad might get to it. But Penn Trafford finally on the board here in the 5th. As an RBI single is delivered by Bigler. Able to score Stone from third base. And that'll make it 3-1 Riverhawks. Bigler with the RBI single. Had a Nationwide Logistics mound visit right there. Well, not really. I mean, it was just the infield. Coming in to talk to their pitcher a little bit. Get some direction, so not a true mound visit, but thank you to Nationwide Logistics nonetheless. First pitch by Coleman in there for a strike to Grabowski. Grabowski swings and fouls that one back to the screen. So make it 0-2. Coleman up to 77 pitches now, trying to get through the 5th. First run on the board for Penn Trafford here in the top half of the 5th inning. RBI single by Peyton Bigler. Able to score Dylan Stone, who advanced to third base on an errant pickoff throw by Coleman. That got away from first baseman Braden Wright and allowed Bigler to pick up 2 bases. Still 0-2 here to Grabowski. Oh, and Coleman hits Grabowski on an 0-2 count. Not what you want to do right there with 2 away. So now 2 runners on for Penn Trafford. Boy, I bet you if there's one pitch in this game that Dustin Coleman would like to have back, it's that one. You had Grabowski 0-2. And then trying to come inside, went a little too far. Got Grabowski there, it looked like on the bicep. So now 2 aboard for the Warriors. And a base hit right now for Penn Trafford would be big for their cause. Chuck Fontana. That's a great name. It sounds like a 70s cop. Chuck Fontana. I like it. First pitch to Fontana from Coleman is upstairs, ball 1. So right now you got Bigler at second. And Grabowski at first. Fontana takes strike number 1. That'll even the count at 1-1. That pitch, just low. Called a ball to Fontana. Almost said Fantana, like Brian Fantana and Anchorman. My brother Jess is watching. He'd love that. We're big Anchorman guys. And a foul ball out of play. So the count even to Fontana. 2-2 the count. Coleman looking to close the door on Penn Trafford here in the 5th. Two aboard. Coleman steps off. Bigler at second base. Over there at first is Grabowski after being hit by a pitch on an 0-2 count. Once again, the 2-2 incoming here from Coleman. Swing and a miss, gets Fontana for a strikeout, 2 runners stranded, but Penn Trafford able to get on the board for the first time this afternoon. RBI single by Peyton Bigler makes it 3-1 in favor of Armstrong. The Riverhawks coming up to bat here in the bottom half of the 5th inning on this Bugsy's Pizza and Wings game day on High Top Sports Network. My name is Josh Reckengast. We'll be back for the bottom half of the 5th. And we're back here on High Top Sports Network, bottom half of the fifth inning. Starting out the inning with a strikeout. Sorry, I was running down to get some liquid refreshment. It's kind of tough to talk for 2 straight hours. The vocal cords get a little bit dry, so ran down to get a water out of the car really quickly. And I believe that was Hayden Brink that struck out against Varsity. This ball ripped to center field, over to cut it off and throw it in, but we're going to get a sliding double, a 1-out double here by Caden Rupert, I believe. Indeed, that was Rupert. Hit that ball pretty hard toward left center. Over to cut it off and get it back in quickly was the center fielder for the Warriors. That is number 11 out here in center, Brody Hoffman. So Brink struck out to start the inning. And then Rupert with a 1-out double. So runner in scoring position here, Braden Wright at the plate, 0 for 1. Struck out and drew a walk in his first 2 at-bats. Rupert out there at second with 1 away. Varsity delivers, staying outside to Wright, and he has not been able to find those outside pitches this afternoon. That one, oh, they're going to call a strike? Ooh. I don't know about that. That one seemed a little bit off the plate. The catcher even actually had to move a little bit. And Wright swings and misses for strike 3. He goes down on strikes for the second time against Varsity this afternoon. So that'll be 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Rupert out there at second base following his 1-out double. And now with 2 away. Check swing on the first pitch from Varsity. I believe this is Kinter at the plate. And timeout granted at home plate. Nope, excuse me, this is Jablonski. My apologies. Kinter is up next. And Jablonski, little chopper, long throw, and they got him at first base. Boy, that was a high chopper. It stayed up there what seemed like forever. And the shortstop charging it for the Warriors. Brandon Stone staying with it. Grabs the high chopper and then fires across the diamond lane to get Jablonski, who was really hustling down the line for the 3rd out. So that'll do it for the Riverhawks in the home half of the 5th inning. That is going to send us to the 6th here on this Bugsy's Pizza and Wings game day on High Top Sports Network. Happy you could join us this afternoon. Gorgeous day here at Armstrong. Having a good old time up here at the landing of the Armstrong Stadium press box. Right out the door. A lot warmer than when Joe Rhodes was up here again when the Riverhawks were taking on West Allegheny. It can get chilly with the wind, that is for sure, but just an absolute beautiful day today. And still on the hill for the Riverhawks as we go to the 6th inning is starter Dustin Coleman. Struggled a little bit with the control today. I believe he has issued 4 walks. Yep, 4 walks through 5 innings. That's 7 strikeouts, so that means he's been throwing a lot of pitches. Right now at 85, so this will likely be his last inning of work due to the pitch count rules in high school. Although I guess he could theoretically get 3 outs on 3 pitches, so you never know. So Coleman about to start the 6th. Riverhawks looking to pick up their 4th win of the season and split their 2nd section back-to-back this year. Split already with Plum, trying to do the same against Penn Trafford. First pitch popped to the right side. There's 1 pitch and 1 out as Kinter squeezes it. So, like I said, you never know. (3-1). Riverhawks on top here this afternoon on High Top Sports Network. A reminder, talked about it earlier, Armstrong Riverhawks softball team in action tomorrow on the network against Latrobe. And another ball skied, but that one's going to be out of play. Big section matchup there tomorrow afternoon on the network. Not going to want to miss that one. Armstrong lost the first game of the season against Hempfield, but have since rattled off 4 straight wins. And that ball hit to the right side. Rupert on his horse. And it's going to get over the fence and out of play. Brody Hoffman, who was able to get over into the gap and cut off that 1-out double in the bottom of the 5th by Rupert. Now at the plate for Penn Trafford. The count is 1-2. Coleman fires to Hoffman. Curveball ripped up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Single by Hoffman. Waited on that curveball. Kind of hung up there. Not the pitch I think Coleman wanted to deliver. Maybe the right pitch selection, but not the right location, as that one hung up over the middle of the plate. Hoffman jumped on it. Ripped it back up the middle for a 1-out single. So a runner aboard for Penn Trafford. That's going to bring up Maddox Sensi. 0 for 1 this afternoon. Sensi, grounder, 1 hopper to Delano, on to Kinter. Ooh, he slipped a little bit as Hoffman was coming in for the slide. Don't think Kinter had his footing underneath. And he kind of lost his balance on the turn right there, but the Riverhawks get the lead runner. Hoffman retired on the fielder's choice. Now 2 away. As mentioned, in the Armstrong Indoor Athletics broadcast booth. Some great stuff coming up at AIA. Going to want to check out the baseball and softball hitting clinic, as Coleman delivers a strike right there. Saturday, April 15th at the AIA Diamond and Cage Facility, 138 South Grant Avenue in Katanning, Pennsylvania. 1 hour each. Hitting instruction for 8U, 10U, and 12U. $25 registration fee. You can register at 724-793-7529 or AIA.team, the website. Also coming up, I'll tell you about this, which is a very cool thing. It's the 2023 annual AIA Championship Baseball Camp. And a swing and a miss. Coleman out of there with a strikeout of Brady Lane, to end the 6th inning. So Coleman, at 94 pitches, will get a chance to at least start the 7th inning as he picks up strikeout number 8. And we get ready to head to the bottom half of the 6th inning here on this Bugsy's Pizza and Wings game day on High Top Sports Network. Josh Reckengast here with you. Coleman doing a great job today. Not just on the mound, but at the plate too. Got the Riverhawks started with that leadoff triple in the bottom half of the 1st inning First pitch he saw from Varsity, he crushed it. It wasn't even a line drive. It was a long fly ball to the base of the right center field fence here, right by the scoreboard. He tripled, was knocked in by Delano. That was the first run of the inning. First run of the game, excuse me. That allowed the Riverhawks to get a little bit of a cushion. They made it a 3-0 lead. And Penn Trafford able to scrape a run across there in the 5th to make it 3-1, and that's where we stand right now. But also, back to Armstrong Indoor Athletics. It's the 4th annual AIA Championship Baseball Camp. And that is June 12th through the 16th. Those days, 8 o'clock to noon here at Armstrong Junior Senior High School. It's baseball and softball. They're taking reservations now. So you're going to want to get in on that. Register at aia.team. So a couple of cool things coming up there at AIA. Our broadcast booth sponsor. So the Riverhawks coming up for what they hope will be their final time at the plate here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Of course, at the conclusion of the game, we'll have the Ryan Bowser State Farm postgame show. First pitch upstairs to the Riverhawks leadoff hitter, Nick Kinter. And Kinter making contact with that pitch from Varsity, popped up right side and squeezed by Lane for the first out of the inning. And you take a look at those pitch counts, boy, you know, Coleman at 93 after 6. Varsity only 74 pitches so far, and he's working in the 6th inning. Faced the number 9 batter for the Riverhawks, Ian Harkleroad, now at the plate. First pitch upstairs for a ball. And on the Ryan Bowser State Farm postgame show, we will name our DeMond Chiropractic Player of the Game. Dustin Coleman already been named DeMond Chiropractic Player of the Game once this year. And it's going to be hard to overtake him for a second nod at that recognition as Harkleroad pops out to Lane, 2 away. A couple of pop-outs on the right side to start this 6th inning for the Riverhawks. And Coleman going to get a chance here, his 4th at bat, 2 for 3 with a triple and a single. And that one inside to Coleman, ball 1. Call that a strike? Thought I heard a strike call there. That one in there for a strike. Oh, a swing and a miss. Varsity gets Coleman for the strikeout. And he has been strong over the past 3 innings. He has not allowed anything, really. Varsity doing a good job in his start. 6 full, 6 hits, giving up 3 runs, all 3 of them earned, just 2 walks and 7 strikeouts for the Penn Trafford starter. And, of course, Coleman's line. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run unearned, 4 walks, and 8 strikeouts for Dustin Coleman. Well, Coleman out there to start the 7th inning. Pitch count currently at 94. And looking to at least maybe get a couple of outs and help the Riverhawks hang on for this victory. over Penn Trafford this afternoon here at home. Riverhawks done with their between inning warm-up routine. And I believe this is the number 9 hitter for Penn Trafford, and then the order will turn over. So Armstrong looking to get the final 3 outs here. First pitch by Coleman in there for a strike. And Coleman working right now to Stone, I believe this is. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Sorry, I must have missed one when I had my head down changing the inning. So quick 3-pitch strikeout there for Dustin Coleman, his 9th. Wow, Coleman wasting no time. Right there, going right at Stone. And first pitch is a ball. Second pitch fouled away. And as I said, I believe this is Tyler Freese, the top of the order. Indeed it is. His 4th at bat of the day, 0 for 3 against Coleman, who is about to throw his 100th pitch. That one upstairs. And that'll make it 2-1. Freeze, another foul ball, so that will even the count at 2-2. Oh, Coleman tried to load up with a little extra juice right there. Knows that this is his last hitter. Tried to blow that one past Freeze, but overthrew it a little bit. Missed high. Full count. Nationwide Logistics full count. Popped up on the right side. And unable to grab it. Behind the plate is Golinski. I think we have some substitutions here for the Riverhawks. No longer Braden Wright at first base, because whoever's down there has a flowing mane of blonde hair. Not sure what the substitution is. It's not been updated on the lineup. Not sure what's going on here. Well, it says 2 outs. I don't know if there was some kind of interference with Golinski over there. I really don't know. The officials are explaining it. The umpires, that is, are explaining it to everyone. And it looks like we will have a pitching change, because that is 103 pitches for Dustin Coleman. So my game changer reads 2 outs. I don't know if the pitch count rule is 100 or 105, because I see Coleman still out there, but looks like the umpire is getting a lineup card with some changes. So now everybody kind of heading toward the infield. I have a gathering right behind second base here. Well, we do have a new pitcher in there warming up. Waiting to see exactly who it'll be for the Riverhawks to try and close this out. Peyton Bigler scheduled to come up here for Penn Trafford with 2 down in the 7th. Armstrong trying to raise that record to 4-3, 2-2 in section play. Trying to hang tight on a daily basis in what is a very, very competitive section in 5A. And we got Carson Delano on the mound here for Armstrong. So Delano going to get a chance to pick up the old 1-out save if he can get Peyton Bigler. Delano finishing his warm-up pitches just now. So the final line on Dustin Coleman, the Riverhawks starter, as Bigler getting ready to dig in for Penn Trafford with 2 outs. Dustin Coleman, 6 2/3, only 3 hits allowed, 1 run. It was unearned. 4 walks and 9 strikeouts. A great performance by Dustin Coleman. Armstrong in a position to win this game because of that effort on the hill by Dustin Coleman. Delano gets Bigler to foul the first one back. So 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch to Bigler, missing upstairs. Delano started this game at shortstop, had an RBI double to knock in Coleman with the first run of the game. That pitch just missing right there by Delano. And that one also low, so it's like a 3-1 count here to Bigler. Last thing the Riverhawks want to do right now is put the tying run at the plate. And Bigler smokes it, but Harkleroad right there, and that is out number 3 as Bigler lines out to Ian Harkleroad in center field. Carson Delano comes in and throws 5 pitches to get the final out of this victory. We're going to get Coach Santelmo hopefully to send Dustin Coleman over here to say a few words. He is our DeMond Chiropractic Center player of the game for the second time this season. Dustin Coleman doing it all for Armstrong today, the senior leader, pitching and hitting leadoff. I just read you his pitching line at the plate today. Coleman 2 for 4 with a run scored, 4 total bases with that triple and a single to help Armstrong to this 3-1 section victory over Penn Trafford this afternoon here on this Bugsy's Pizza and Wings game day on High Top Sports Network. Gonna send a message to Coach Santelmo right now. Try and get Dustin over here. See if we can get it quickly. You know, they're out there, as you can see, in shallow left field. Hey, could you send Dustin over when you guys are done?
We will, yep.
All right, thanks.
Where
Do you see me? I'm on the landing at the press box.
I'll send him up.
All right, awesome.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks. Well, Coach Montgomery answering Coach Santelmo's phone. I said, send Kyle. That's Kyle is the coach. I said, send Dustin over here when you guys get a chance. And he said, no problem. So we are going to get Dustin Coleman here in a couple of minutes. I'll zoom it in on the Riverhawks having their post-game talk right now. And Dustin will have to make the long journey over here. Our DeMond Chiropractic Center player of the game. Armstrong victorious this afternoon. 3-1 over Penn Trafford in a crucial section victory. That's one thing that Coach Santelmo, and I've mentioned it on the broadcast a couple of times. Now we are on the Ryan Bowser State Farm postgame show. Like a good neighbor, Ryan Bowser State Farm is there. Visit him downtown Ford City. He and his talented, wonderful staff can help you with all of your insurance needs, big or small. Ryan, a longtime sponsor and supporter of High Top Sports Network's coverage of athletics here in Armstrong County. So we always appreciate Ryan jumping in and being the post-game sponsor for our coverage of Armstrong baseball. You can visit him online, get a free quote, ryanbowsersf.com. So a section victory here for Armstrong over Penn Trafford, ups the record to 4-3 on the year. Take you back through the game a little bit. Coleman starting off strong, whiffing the first three Warriors hitters. 3 up, 3 down, all on strikes. There in the first inning, kind of set the tone. And we'll ask Dustin about that when he gets up here. But he set the tone not only on the mound, but on at the plate as well. You know, he started out with that first pitch off of Morasti, and he crushed it to the right center field wall for a leadoff triple. And I mean, boy, you got to have a good feeling after you start the game with a leadoff triple. And you know that one of your teammates is most likely going to push you across there. You're standing on third with nobody out. You got a good feeling that one of your teammates is going to get you home. And that's exactly what Carson Delano did. He was able to poke that little pop double down the line and get Coleman in for the first run of the game. So, as I mentioned, Coleman setting the tone on the mound, striking out the side in the first inning, and then coming up, first pitch swinging, smashes a triple to the fence, and Delano gets him home with the first run of the game. Morasti was good today for the Warriors. Don't want to take anything away from him. A great effort on the hill by the Penn Trafford starter. But the Riverhawks, you know, Coleman was better. And also, Armstrong able to get to Morasti in the third inning for a couple of runs that turned out to be the difference that third inning. Take you back through that third inning. So the top of the third, Coleman on the mound. Got a leadoff single there by Lane for Penn Trafford. Then an error on a ball to Jablonski over there at third base. So now threatening are the Warriors. But then Coleman was able to get a ground out, then gave up a walk. We got a pop out there with the bases loaded to Kinter at second base, and then able to get the big strikeout of Chuck Fontana to end that third inning. And then when the Riverhawks came in, seemingly getting some momentum off of Coleman working out of that jam, you got the leadoff single by Mason Treckengast, and then Brink hit by a pitch. Rupert grounded into the fielder's choice, and Treckengast advanced to third as Brink was cut down at second base. Then you got a walk to Braden Wright, which loaded the bases. And then the fielder's choice by Jablonski ends up pushing a run across for the Riverhawks as Mason Treckengast came home to score on that. That made it 2-0 Armstrong. And the third run for the Riverhawks came in on a steal of home by Caden Rupert as the ball got away. Oh, excuse me, that was the double steal. I apologize. That was heading down to second base was Jablonski, and then the throw from behind the plate goes all the way through. That was an ill-advised throw by catcher Ian Temple. And it skipped away and allowed Rupert to basically walk home with that third run. And that's the way it stayed 3-0 until the top half of the fifth inning, whenever Penn Trafford was able to get their lone run across the plate against Coleman. Started out with a leadoff walk again to Lane. Then you had a fielder's choice for the first out, and then a fly out for the second out. But a single there by Bigler was able to drive home shortstop Brandon Stone. So that made it 3-1 in the fifth, but then Coleman strong the rest of his way. He's got another strikeout to end the inning in the sixth. And then to start the seventh inning, Coleman getting a strikeout of Stone and then a pop out to end his day. He's got Freeze to pop out. And then he gave way to Carson Delano to come in and get the final out of the inning. So really no debate on who was our DeMond Chiropractic Center player of the game today. Dustin Coleman, for the second time this season, senior leader for the Riverhawks. As I mentioned, doing it all today. Really a fine performance. And, aside from that error by Jablonski, some really stout defense once again by the Riverhawks behind their starting pitcher. And Coach Santelmo adamant, saying that, look, if we're going to win this year, it's going to be because of pitching and defense. And they certainly got both today. 3-1 final here from Armstrong. Just taking a look, and I guess there were 2 errors by the Riverhawks, but really nothing hurt due to those errors. Of course, you want to be clean on the score sheet. The pitching and the defense, they made the plays when they had to. You can see right there on the larger camera. It looks like the JV stretching it out a little bit. Somebody is. Don't see any Penn Trafford guys out there stretching, so don't know if they will be playing the second half of this. They're not leaving, it doesn't look like, so maybe, well, I don't know. Not sure, but certainly a team down there for Armstrong stretching it out in front of the dugout. Basketball, our coaches would tell us to kind of stretch after the game, just kind of a cool down. Never really was told to do that in baseball. I'm not sure. It looks like the Penn Trafford Warriors are vacating their dugout, so maybe it's just a cool down stretch here by the varsity team. I've heard of it. Like I said, we used to do it in basketball, but never really did it in baseball. Oh, we got another call coming in here. Hello?
Hey, this is Vinny.
Hey, I told Kyle to send Carson. I told Kyle to send Dustin over.
Okay, up to the press box.
Yeah, I'm on the landing. Yeah. If you want to come up too, I don't know what you're doing. If you want to come up too, feel free. All right, I'm still on the air, so I'll just hang out until you guys up here. All right, thanks. Coach Santelmo giving me a ring right there, confirming Dustin Coleman. I almost said Carson because I was talking about him. Carson had a good game too, but Dustin obviously a big key factor in today's victory for the Riverhawks. Definitely not a short trot to where I'm located up here on the landing at the press box. Those guys saw me waving, so they know where I'm located. So we'll just give them a couple of minutes to get over here. And in those few minutes, that will allow me once again to thank all of our tremendous sponsors who allow us to do this, bring these games to you out there. Of course, our scoreboard sponsor, Steffi's Country Catering. Just search Terry Steffi on Facebook. Look for those Sunday takeout specials. And also, get Steffi's to cater your next event, be it a graduation party or a family reunion, wedding. Terry will slick you up, as we say in the Worthington, Cowansville, Adrian metropolis. And that means he'll take care of you with some home-cooked goodness, generous portions, and it is just overwhelmingly good. I've talked about the chicken pasta romano that we got a couple of weeks back. I heard Joe talking about the ham balls, and if you never had a ham ball before, you're going to want Steffi's ham balls. They are terrific. Oh, man, I see Todd Harvey, the Iceman, giving Dustin Coleman the star treatment, bringing him around. Look at that. Bringing him around in the athletic cart. Oh, that's tremendous, Todd. Bringing Dustin Coleman over. And Dustin, we'll see if he can get in this gate right here. I don't know if it's unlocked or not. Todd giving me the thumbs up right there. Dustin trying to get through the gate. He is in. So just a few seconds, we'll get Dustin Coleman up here. And yeah, you got the, I'm going to give him the business over the superstar treatment right there. Getting the chauffeured ride from the field over here to the football field in the Armstrong Athletic two-row golf cart. That's high class. I mean, I would never imagine that kind of treatment in high school. I know that A, we didn't have the facilities like this, and B, our athletic director, the venerable Jack McMahon, I don't think he was going to drive me anywhere except maybe to the parking lot to go home. Dustin, hey man, congratulations. Throw this on. Kind of take the mic just out in front of your face there. All right, can you hear me, Dustin?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Great. Hey, tremendous game today. You are our DeMond Chiropractic Center player of the game for the second time this season. So we're gonna get you a shirt for the first time and maybe something different, so you just don't have a collection of shirts by the end of the season.
All right.
But congratulations on a very important win today. Just talk to me about how important it was for you to come out and set the tone today after you guys fell at their place yesterday.
Well, as a team leader, I wanted to set a good example for the younger guys, at least. Wanted to come out, throw strikes, start them off, first pitch strike, so that's what I did.
Well, you started them out with first pitch strikes, struck out the side there in the first inning, and then you get up and you take the first pitch off the base of the right field wall. Just talk about that at bat right there. Were you looking for a specific spot? And obviously you were ready to jump on it.
I was ready to jump on it. I was looking for fastball, about belt high, and that's what I got, so did what I needed to there.
Yeah, he gave it to you, and you didn't miss. And, I mean, getting out there, starting off the game with a leadoff triple, you kind of know that, hey, we're going to take a lead right now. Somebody's going to push me across.
My biggest thing, I just wanted to get everyone hyped up. That's what I wanted to do.
Oh, you did a good job of that today. Also, you worked out of a couple of jams, especially there in that third inning where you worked out of the bases loaded jam with one out. Just talk about that, because I think you guys kind of got some momentum off that and were able to push a couple of runs across in the bottom.
As a pitcher, some guys, they get frustrated when that happens, but you just got to stay calm, and you know your mechanics, so you just got to go right at them.
How much did you want to try and get through the entire game there? I was talking about your pitch count, on the broadcast, and I said, well, he could, go the 3 pitches, 3 outs, and you almost got through it.
I did. I wanted to get there in the worst way. I wanted to go the whole way, but I'm glad Carson got to come in there and finish it off. Yeah,
Carson Delano came in from shortstop, got the final out. But just talk about this team. You guys, you fell at Plum, and one thing Coach Santelmo has talked to me about is, look, hey, we're playing these guys twice. So we might not play our best game the first day, but as long as we come back home and win, that's a split. And in this section, you need to keep pace. and you did that again today against Penn Trafford. Just talk about the importance of that.
You just can't let them get to you. You just got to play your game. You just got to come out.
Yeah,
And play.
you guys played your game today again, pitching and some timely hitting today, able to get it done. So you guys are 4-3 right now. How's the feeling in the dugout?
It feels good. We're all talking in there. We're all cheering for each other, so I think we're doing pretty good.
Just talk to me about your role a little bit as a team leader. You know, one of the seniors out here, starting pitcher, obviously hitting lead off. You know, you're in an important spot all across the diamond. Just talk about, you know, passing on some of that experience to some of these younger guys that don't have as much.
I just try and pick everyone up. If you make an error in the field, I mean, everyone does. It's going to happen. So just pat them on the back, tell them keep their head up. They're good.
Yeah, you guys get a little bit of a break now for the Easter holiday. Going into that break with a W, you know, just kind of talk about the start of this season and kind of, you know, just the turnaround, you know, in the dugout, you know, from last year.
We've been really talking this year. At practice, everyone's practicing hard. They make every practice count, and I think that's really showing on the field.
How is it with the new coaching staff, Coach Santelmo, obviously Coach Flanders in there, Coach Harriger's been around the program for a long time. But just talk about maybe some differences that they've brought that have been positive.
Well, that's a hard question.
Oh, well, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. But, I mean, a new coaching staff, it's obviously a little bit, you know, the messaging comes across differently.
It's a little different at first, but after they get going, everyone likes them, so that's a good thing.
That's good. Some camaraderie in that Armstrong dugout. Hey, I have to give you the business a little bit. Todd Harvey chauffeuring you over here to the field. I said it's a long walk from where your dugout is to where I'm set up over here. So you got the star treatment today after a great performance.
Yep.
Well, Dustin, thank you so much for coming over here and joining me on the Ryan Bowser State Farm postgame. Again, the DeMond Chiropractic Center Player of the Game. We'll get you hooked up after the Easter holiday. Enjoy it and enjoy this win.
All right, thank you.
All right. Thanks to Dustin Coleman for, hey, don't forget your sunglasses, bud.
Thank you.
No problem. Dustin Coleman, the winning pitcher today for the Riverhawks, coming over and joining me on the Ryan Bowser State Farm postgame show. Well, Luke Canish just giving me the wave. He's heading out. So hi to Luke. Always a big fan of High Top. He's never afraid to show his support. So thanks to Luke Canish. And thanks to all our great sponsors once again. Steffi's Country Catering, our scoreboard sponsor today. Coach Jim Califer bringing the microphone up after the track meet here. North Catholic heading out after taking on the Riverhawks today on the track behind me. And where was I here? Oh, I was thanking the sponsors. Yep. We'll get it. So thanks to Steffi's Country Catering, our official, our scoreboard sponsor this afternoon. Our official broadcast partner for today's game and every Armstrong baseball game is Bugsy's Pizza and Wings, South Jefferson Street, downtown Katanning. Our player of the game, you just heard from him, thanks to Dustin Coleman, and thanks to DeMond Chiropractic Center for being our player of the game sponsor. Dustin, you can see him right there going up to his family, getting some hugs, well-earned hugs. Thanks to our pregame show, Mills Chiropractic, located by the Belmont in West Katanning. Check out Mills Chiropractic. Of course, our postgame show sponsor, you're listening to it right now, Ryan Bowser State Farm in Ford City. Our broadcast booth sponsor, Armstrong Indoor Athletics. Told you about some great events coming up very soon here at Armstrong Indoor Athletics. Of course, the baseball and softball hitting clinic, and then the 4th annual baseball championship camp. You're going to want to check those out. Get more information at aia.team. Of course, the Moore Funeral Home and Monuments are starting lineups sponsor. Of course, Nationwide Logistics, and they took a bunch of sponsorships, so thanks to them. Our first pitch, stolen base, mound visit, and backwards K sponsor. Check them out, Nationwide Logistics Inc. That's nationwidelogisticsinc.com. Drive with the best, Nationwide Logistics. Well, that's going to do it for me. Josh Regengost here, high up at the Armstrong Stadium press box. An excellent win for the Riverhawks varsity baseball program today. Final score, Armstrong 3, Penn Trafford 1. Appreciate you joining us on High Top Sports Network. Remember, tune in tomorrow. Armstrong softball hosting Latrobe in a big section showdown. Not going to want to miss that one. Joe Rhodes and myself, I believe, will be on that call. Possibly our intern, Isabella Schreckengost, who fell asleep with the mic on yesterday at Kiski area. Maybe she'll be a little more pumped up tomorrow since it's softball. We will see. Maybe she'll join us, maybe she won't. But we'll find out. It'll be a great day no matter what. So make sure you tune into High Top Sports Network. You can always find us on our social media platforms. Just search High Top Sports on Facebook, at @HighTop_sports on Twitter. Of course, the website, hightopsportsnetwork.com. We have an Instagram. I think it's just at High Top Sports Network. Not 100% sure. Or you can give us a call if you or someone you know is a local business owner or would be interested in sponsoring High Top Sports Network's coverage of local amateur athletics, not only in the Armstrong County area, but all around the region. We go all over. If you follow the network, you know that we're not afraid to make the drive, as we've done several times over our 3 years of existence. So feel free to reach out to us. You can always give us a call at the office, 724-824-3554. So for the entire High Top Sports Network team, my name is Josh Schreckengost. Stay safe.